Infosys chairman and banking veteran Mr. K.V Kamath has strongly defended Infosys strategy and management's current stand in an exclusive interview to ET's Now Chanda Ranganathan in Bangalore. He outlines why Infosys does not need aggression as what others are expecting.
You have to govern and you need to lead companies in different ways depending on the particular situation. I think in Infosys you had a very mature company which was well set in a business which they had gone through all the challenges or faced all the challenges that the tech industry has gone through and come out shining. So it was a different approach that was needed in the case of Infosys as against ICICI, where there was structural change happening in the economy. That was not happening here. So and my style is a light touch, so that's what it is here.
Okay. Even within the principles of good management at Infi, for example, maintaining high margins and being very diligent about acquisitions, do you think there is room for the company to really improve its market share, catch up with peers? What's your take on that?
I think the company has very clearly articulated its strategy, and they've stuck to it. And this was articulated maybe sometime in June of last year. So it's basically a little over a year that our strategy has been in place. And it was captured in one phrase, Infosys 3.0. I know that people have a tendency to criticize whether it is static. No policy is static. Overall, it's a descriptor. Infosys 3.0 is a descriptor. But if there have been ground level changes in the industry per se, I think Infosys 3.0 also undergoes change as necessary. Now, it might not strategic, say, action might not give immediate results because some actions take a little longer than others to actually show results. A. B. You may not take the path that your competitor might have taken for a particular reason, and that reason is that you believe that your path, is the path to stay on in the longer term. So there are various reasons why companies follow a particular path, and I think we need to look at things in a longer context, particularly in the case of Infosys.
Right. When talking about acquisitions, Mr. Shibulal has often said, making an acquisition is like falling in love, to really put the M&A strategy in perspective. We're just wondering, why doesn't Infosys go in for, take a leap of faith and go in for an arranged marriage?
I think,
it seems to have worked for many of your peers.
Yeah, I think, frankly, I think Shibu put it very aptly. It's like falling in love. And I think you have put it very aptly too. Why doesn't Infosys look at an arranged marriage? Frankly, I think making an acquisition is somewhere in between the two. And I would guess that the company has been articulating its strategy on acquisitions, and they will follow along that path.
Right.
We'll have to be a little patient.
Right. When you talk to Infi employees, at least when I talk to them, the primary concern that they have is that the company decided not to give hikes in a year when every mid-cap and small-cap gave out hikes, however moderate. Is this something that fundamentally worries you as well as chairman of the company?
Well, again, it would have worried me if management had not articulated this strategy. I think they have articulated the strategy that they will look at it as they go along the year. I think events in terms of what the industry was going through at that point in time were such that they thought that they'll probably address it as they went along. So we'll have to see what is in their mind as this quarter progresses.
Right. Do you fundamentally believe there needs to be a change in management at the very top? I mean, the market, at least some sections of it feel that way, but are you confident that they can really tide over the current situation?
Absolutely not. There is no change required. Since top-level management is not something that you play around with, and I think it's actually frivolous of the market to say that changes are required at this point in time based on what is happening around us in the industry. Since this is an industry where growth rate has been pegged down from, I would say 25% to 10%. So there is going to be an impact on several players. And globally, growth rate has been pegged down from 3%, which was forecast for the year, to 1.5%. So I think this is reality, and we need to understand reality. We need to understand the capability of the leadership. I think the board is entirely aligned with the leadership. So I would think that these comments are frankly frivolous.
That was K.V Kamath in an exclusive conversation with 18 Hours Chandra Ramanathan.